Greetings! Since this is a cryptocurrency video, all the standard disclaimers apply. Nothing said in this video is a recommendation to buy or sell or to do anything in cryptocurrency, and I have consistently been on record saying that cryptocurrency is not suitable for average people. Average people should not get mixed up in it. There is a pump and dump mechanism going on where sophisticated insiders bid up the price and average people are lured into buying at the top and then take losses while the insiders sell. Furthermore, cryptocurrency is not necessary for the advancement of distributed ledger technology, and it is an unnecessary product layer because it's not resonant with the first principles of technology. And even within cryptocurrency, there is a strange situation where the oldest cryptocurrency, and therefore the technologically most obsolete, is the one that is the most famous and has the highest value. That situation will reverse over time, and a little bit of that is starting to happen, which is the subject of this video today. So if you look at this cryptocurrency chart that I have on my screen here, the market cap is $1.4 trillion, which is about 1.1 trillion less than it was just a few days ago. So cryptocurrency has lost 1.1 trillion, and a lot of average investors who bought late have taken losses in that. That is exactly what I've been warning people about. Now, it's true that the price is still the same as what was a record high just 3 months ago or whatever, but still, this type of very steep fall can occur at any time. It may fall further. It may go down quite a bit more still. Or it may not. Don't be in those guessing games, and I'm certainly not making any recommendation in that regard or not. This chart over here is the total market cap of all cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, and the one below is all other cryptocurrencies excluding Bitcoin, and how those went from 1.4 trillion down to a much lower amount, 763 billion, almost half, lost almost half of its value. And that is all other cryptocurrencies combined. And back to the top, there's another data point of relevance here as well, which is how the number of cryptocurrencies now exceeded 10,000. And I said in the previous video when it was just 9,500, even if you believe in cryptocurrency as a mechanism for new types of payments and reform of payment systems across the world and a store of value, whatever that means, why do you need 10,000 cryptocurrencies? Under no circumstance do there need to be 10,000. People are starting new cryptocurrencies every day in the hopes of cashing in on the momentum and the wave and finding suckers to buy into the latest cryptocurrency. 10,000. And this also refutes the argument that Bitcoin people use, which is that there is a fixed number of Bitcoins and therefore there's a scarcity-based model that bids the price up. Yeah, except there's also 10,000 other cryptocurrencies and new ones being minted all the time. And new ones will necessarily be more advanced than Bitcoin because they came later. That's one of the most vexing things about this crypto craze. For anyone who understands technology, Bitcoin, being 12 years old, is a ledger that is very primitive by today's standards. You cannot do smart contracts on it, and it's super energy inefficient, and new ledgers are much more advanced. But you also don't need to have cryptos at all to invest in distributed ledger technologies or to fund its advancement if you believe that technology is going to be useful, which I do. Distributed ledger technology is very useful for the betterment of humanity, but it does not need to go through cryptocurrency. And a third point to keep in mind is how the current correction, the loss of $1.1 trillion from the crypto market, is in fact just asserting the rotation out of Bitcoin and towards more advanced cryptocurrencies. This orange line is the percentage of all cryptocurrency that Bitcoin comprises of. And it has shrunk from 90% in 2013. And in the previous crypto craze, it shrunk somewhat, but the correction made people go back to the relatively stable Bitcoin. But the structural trend is still downwards. If you just see the trend line that my cursor is going towards, downwards, and recently it got back down to just 40% all cryptocurrency. This correction, of course, affects the newer and more volatile cryptocurrencies more than Bitcoin, which is relatively less volatile, if you can believe that. And therefore, we see here that it's 46%. But this is what's interesting. Ethereum is now 17.3%, meaning Ethereum is more than 1/3 the value of Bitcoin. It is, in fact, getting close to 40% of the value of Bitcoin. And that is remarkable because Ethereum started at a much smaller state. It started at just 2% of the value of Bitcoin or something like that. And now it's almost 40%. And this is of no surprise because Ethereum, being more advanced, is a ledger on which you can do smart contracts, and it doesn't have a super energy inefficient mining structure. But then again, Ethereum is just the second oldest cryptocurrency. It is new only in relation to Bitcoin. It is not new in relation to new things coming out. So for all these reasons, average people have no chance of picking which cryptocurrency will do well or not out of now the 10,000 of them. The newer ones will necessarily and predictably be more advanced than any of the older ones, although the two biggest ones are the two oldest ones, which is why the whole principle is upside down. And to me, this is a very obvious pump and dump scheme that is luring in a lot of very unsophisticated people into the crypto craze. Cryptocurrency is not resonant with the first principles of technology. The only good that could come of it is if it actually forces the governments of the world to modernize their governance systems and their payment and financial transaction systems, because there exists something that the governments don't control as an alternative to what they provide. If it tightens the screws on nation states of the world to become more efficient in their governance, that's the only good thing that could come out of it. Other than that, it is a completely unnecessary and kind of wasteful distraction, very energy inefficient. Bitcoin mining alone consumes about 1/160th of the entire world's electricity consumption. If it were its own country, it would be number 31 or 32 in electricity consumption. And that's just Bitcoin. Other cryptocurrencies consume energy elsewhere. And the pump and dump dynamic of it, that is designed to make average investors take the losses. And that is some of what has happened right here in this 1.1 trillion fall in value that has occurred in just a few days. Sure, it may recover and go higher again, but this is how they get the average person to buy high and sell low. That is why I say that for average people, buyer beware. But nothing in this video is a recommendation for you to do anything or not do anything. I just present this information so that you can come to your own conclusions. Remember, you can come to your own conclusions. This website will be in the description box below. And thank you very much for watching.